a year ago today. Someone who was an 8th grader at Hampstead Hill Academy, who is now a student at Poly. And he's going to come talk to us a little bit about what that transition was like. What was it like going from Hampstead Hill to one of the best high schools in Baltimore City? It's got to be in your best interest to be listening carefully, thinking of questions that you might want to ask, because we rarely have the opportunity to hear from our friends who were in your polos and your seats a year ago, who have now made the big step to high school. And so the advice that you're going to get today is advice that hopefully will carry you whether you're going next year or in 3 years from now. Right now, I want to invite a good friend of mine and former Hampstead Hill student, Ethan Frenetovich. Give Ethan a round of applause. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan is going to talk to us a little bit about high school. Ethan is a member of the ROTC with Poly, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his experiences transitioning. There's going to be some time for questions at the end, so while he's talking, I want you to be thinking about questions that you might have for Ethan. Let's give him one more round of applause.
Hello. That's pretty much as I got to say. But my name is Ethan Frenetovich, and Mr. Cobb was right. I was here a year ago. I loved Hampstead Hill. I loved coming here. I hope you guys love coming here. I'm pretty sure you will. I'm pretty sure you're going to miss it like I do. But I'm here basically just to talk about how I went from here to Poly. The most difficult thing that I could probably think of was just experiencing the fact that you're in a brand new place. You have no idea who anybody is. Even when you did shadow, if you did shadow, to any school, I personally thought that it was overwhelming. I had no idea how it was going to get from place to place. Knowing that there are 1,500 kids in my new school, I was terrified. I was terrified that everybody was like 6 feet taller than me. I was terrified that people were probably smarter than me. I personally didn't think that I deserved to go to Poly, but then seeing my composite score being 748, I was at the same time expecting to go to Poly. I expected that as my first choice. When I first got there, however, that first day of actually getting to Poly, the teachers, in one way or another, they showed no mercy. That first day, I had my French class. Est-ce que vous comprenez le français? Do you understand me? Do you speak French? However, at the same time, that teacher on the first day gave us a test and said, show me what you know. Now, what any of us didn't know, however, is that he was grading that test. This happened in practically every single class period. Every single class period was something new. You will be retaking courses that you took 6th, 7th, 8th grade, but they're just advanced. I remember last year when I took algebra. I took algebra again. And I'm going to take algebra next year. With geometry. With statistics. With calculus. With pre-calculus. With AP statistics. With AP calculus. Or where you have biology, you have physics, you have chemistry. You have world history, which is my favorite subject. But then you're also going to have US government, American history, and then the fine arts, which is not exciting for me. But one way or another, you will experience new things. You're gonna be surprised by how much work you're going to get from all of these classes. No matter what school you go to, you're going to take a foreign language, a science and mathematics class, a language class, an arts class, which means, social sciences, like, world history. You're going to take a math class, and you're going to have a lot. For example, we have a health class that we just started this week. You switch off from the gym to health. That's just mandatory for any school. But at the same time, for the past 2 days, I got home at 4 o'clock and I worked till 8 o'clock. And I did that yesterday, and I did that Wednesday, and I did that Tuesday. and did that Monday. The workload that you experience is insanity. Your teachers won't wait for you when it comes to the work. I remember here in Hampstead, I was given a lot of second chances, even though I didn't deserve them at all. But then when you go to high school, your teachers, you're not special. You're special in your own way, but when it comes to how teachers feel about you, how they view you as a student, it's not like Hampstead where each of your individual teachers saw you as this wonderful golden child, which you are. You are all golden children. I know, oh. But then when you actually get to your high school, you are one of 500 to 2,000 children just there. The teachers see so many faces pass by that it's not like Poly where it's not like Hampstead where when you have 64 kids in my grade like there was last year. When you have 1,500 students and you see so many of them pass you by, you're not going to see each of these individual students as, oh, that child is, he deserves an A. Definitely. No, but when it comes to Poly, if you're late for an assignment, they won't give you a second chance. Whether you turn it in or not, if it's past that due date, your assignment is just, it's gone. It's gone. I remember when I first started at Poly, I first thought of it as, oh, ninth grade, whatever. You know, it's going to be like last year. It's going to be like the year before that. It's just going to, I can go through it like a normal school year. No. God, no. Then you actually start it, and you realize that your teachers, you're not special. You think that, you would think that, oh, this teacher cares about me. I remember 8th grade, oh, I loved my teachers. I loved them. They were awesome. But then when you actually get to your high school, and you're surrounded by teachers who've been there for like 20 years, and they've gotten out of that stage where they stop, you know, it's not that they don't care, it's that they've seen it so many times. Then when it comes to the actual work, I remember in Miss Cosmo's class, you gave us 5-paragraph essays, and I hated them. However, Poly's 5-paragraph essays are worse. So I thank you for that. Then when it actually, for example, I just finished an essay last night. 1,273 words in just 5 paragraphs. That's a 3-page, 5-paragraph essay because your teachers demand the content. They demand. I remember when Mr. White over there, I remember when he told us about Agile Mind. I remember when he told us how it's going to be there. I didn't believe him. I didn't see it as that bad of a thing. Then I actually did it. I'm sorry. And that crushed me. All of these things that my teachers prepared me for, it crushed me. Sports, I did cross country. It crushed me. Not physically, but grade-wise. I started from the bottom and I'm still there. My grade went from a 90 math to a 77, and I crawled back up because I had been missing my periods of math because of sports. Now, Mr. Cobb just told me I have 1 minute left, and I wish I could speak longer, but I can't. I could rant on for hours about this. But on my last final word of advice, I will tell you, listen to your teachers. Your teachers know everything. They've been through it. I've been through it. I will be continuously going through it. But your teachers know everything. And listen to them, because they're smarter than you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Ethan, for coming to talk to us. We got about 2 minutes to ask some questions to Ethan, and I know, through his accounts of what you just heard, it might seem a little daunting. It might seem a little scary. You might be like, what is this crazy high school thing that he's talking about? A little, right, maybe a lot. So the question that I have is, what questions are you thinking about as you get ready to make this transition? What questions do you have about classes, about teachers, about the workload, about doing sports, about being in clubs, about making friends, about managing your time, about getting to school? What are some questions that we have? We'll start with Kwame. The question about homework. Ethan, tell us maybe how much homework a night you have and how you manage your time.
When your teachers tell you 3 hours of homework a night, that can vary from, 30 minutes of homework last night, this is great, free time, to, oh my God, 5 hours of homework tonight, I have to do this essay. Your teachers don't coordinate like they do. Your English teacher can give you an essay, but another teacher can give you an essay. And your math teacher will give you an essay, which they did.
Other questions? Yes, ma'am, stand up and be loud.
How many classes do you have to go through?
I guessed in 8 periods. Each one varying, let's just call it, each one 52 minutes.
You have to break that in your day. It's like usually.
I go to French 1, these are all honors classes. I go to French, biology, world history, gym/health, ROTC. I then go to English and then algebra.
Aaron?
Have lunch, and that's close as you can get. And lunch is 15 minutes, which I know we got.
Yes, sir.
How are the kids back in school treat you? Like, how are they?
I mean, I guess it can vary from school to school. I think it's just a matter of who you are as a person. Every school is going to have that really jerky guy, but every school is going to have that really nice guy. So it's just a scenario. I personally don't get picked on, and just because I'm not the tallest person in the world, just because I'm a freshman, doesn't mean that the senior, harassing me. Now, Freshman Friday is a different story.
Excellent. One more question. Miss Hayden. Nice and loud, Miss Hayden.
If you could tell your younger HHA self one thing you now know, what would it be?
What are you doing? Listen to your teachers, because I didn't listen to any of them. It was so bad.
So don't take us for granted, right?
Yes.
Let's give Ethan another round of applause. So what I took the most from what Ethan had to say is that now, having left Hampstead Hill, he looks back on his time here and wishes he took advantage of the learning that he was getting here at Hampstead Hill. It's easy for us to think, especially for friends in this room who have been in this school for 10 years, 9 years, 8 years, it's easy for us to think, oh my gosh, this is just what school is, and it's so boring, I don't want to do my homework. But what we'll find is when our friends go to high school, they don't know how well they had it here. They don't know how well their teachers were preparing them for that transition. And we find that our Hampstead Hill friends, compared to friends from other middle schools, do a lot better because they're better prepared, both academically and socially and emotionally, ready to tackle that challenge. Like Ethan said, he was involved in a lot of things. He does cross country. He's also part of ROTC. Joining clubs, joining organizations is a really important thing to do in high school. Because if you go to a high school with 5,000 students, you want to narrow down your friend group. It's hard to make friends with 5,000 people. But if you can join a club or join a sport or go to coach class with a teacher, those are great ways to meet smaller groups of students. One of those groups that you might want to join, especially if you're interested in showing honor and integrity, might be ROTC. To talk to us more and to show off some ROTC skills, I want to invite up the Poly ROTC cadets. Give them a round of applause right now. Friends, for our presentation, it's really important that we keep our voices off and we are respectful, listening and learning as much as we can. Let's give them one more round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cadet First Lieutenant Cherokee Martin, and I am a junior in college. So today I brought with me a couple of my classmates / cadets to talk to you all about Poly and just some things about high school in general. Little fun fact, even in my class, got to tell them for like the first couple of semesters. It was fun, wasn't it?
I'm sad that you got changed out with Powell and Armstrong.
I know, I'm awesome. But anyway, first up, we'll have a few of our cadets just tell you all a little bit about normal Poly. So if you guys can give them a round of applause, that'd be great.
Good morning. My name is First Lieutenant Tiana Johnson, and at Poly we have different levels of courses. So, your freshman year, you're brand new, you take all honors classes. Y'all know what honors classes are, right? Okay. So they're just higher level classes, and basically they're just to see, you take them just so they can see